Good evening, everybody. Madame Roy back once again. Starting this live stream about 2 minutes early just to make sure that we don't have any problems. Hopefully, you guys can hear and see me loud and clear. I'm using the cell phone network right now. I decided not to go with the Wi Fi because it gets a little iffy downstairs. Got two people here. I see Chris Bartlett is here. Hi, Chris. I'm guessing we have one other person here. Let's see who else we got. Everybody else on their way. Mr. Baxter is here. If you guys want to say hi to Mr. Baxter real quick before we get going. What you doing, Baxter? You ready for the garage sale finds? You want to see the garage sale finds, Baxter? Good boy. He's been bugging me a lot. What? What you want? Per? Oh, listen to that motor. What a big motor mouth. Good boy. He's had all the treats he's going to have for today. We got another minute or two, so let's go ahead and play with the cats while I'm waiting for 7 o'clock to arrive. He does, Chris. He definitely is a food hound. Or in this case, a food pussy cat. And here's Milo. Both here bugging. No, Eric, you are right on time. I see it's 6:59, so I think we can go ahead and get started. We'll leave the cats alone. Well, everybody, Madame Roy back once again. Welcome to this community garage sale haul video. I have absolutely no idea what number this is. We're probably up into the 20s or 30s at this point. But today, what you see over here is a combination of 2 days. So Friday and today, so Friday and Saturday's haul. And definitely came out with some really cool items. Now, the first thing I'm going to show you guys is something that I'm actually wearing right now. And that is this Fitbit. This is a Fitbit. My mind just went blank. What the heck do they call this thing? See if you guys know what it is. But this is one of the higher end Fitbits. I can't remember what the heck they call this thing. Let me see if I can get it to come up. I'm actually using it right now to track my steps and everything. Come on. Wake up. You got to double tap it usually. Don't tell me the battery went dead. Hang on a sec, tubers. Here we go. You can see that I'm wearing it right now. I actually just finished charging it about an hour ago, so that's why I only see about 4,200 steps there. But I am burning quite a bit of fat. I can't believe I don't remember what this is called. The Fitbit. It's on the tip of my tongue. Well, I'll have to come back to it, but this retails originally for about $180. I got this for $10 at one of the local community sales. This one will track your calories, your heart rate, your steps. It can even discern from regular steps versus walking upstairs. And if I remember what the heck they call this thing, I will let you guys know. But it works perfectly fine. Let me see if I can get back to the whole Blaze. It's called the Fitbit Blaze. And as you can see, it has the regular watch capabilities, tells you the time, the date, and in this case, it's the calories that I've burnt today. I can go ahead and switch between them. You can see there, it's telling me the steps that I've done. I've done 5 flights of stairs today. And the next thing on here tells me the actual steps I've done. This is 4,273. So what came with this for the $10, I got 3 bands, the one that I'm wearing right now. I got this purple band here. Got this other black band. So this is pretty much identical to the one that I'm wearing right now. and also a gray band. And it did come with 2 chargers. One I have sitting upstairs. This was just an extra one that the lady had with it. She also had 2 women's bands. One was like a silver women's band. The other one was like a blue kind of like costume jewelry plastic band. I declined to take those. I figured she could go ahead and sell them to someone else because it's going to just be used for myself. So that was a killer deal on this, and I'm definitely going to be using this on a daily basis. Next, picked up this LG Blu-ray player. I'm not exactly sure what model it is, but it did come with a remote. These are always a good thing to pick up. I paid $5 for this. I should be able to resell this for about $25 to $30. And I actually already have a buyer in mind for this. I just have to test it, which I actually have not had a chance to. I believe that it's under here. Yep, that's where the Blu-ray disc goes. And this is model number BD610. It's one of the older ones. It doesn't even have a Ethernet port on it, but you can see it's from October of 2011. But for the person that this is going to be going to, all she wants is a player to watch her Blu-rays and her DVDs on. She doesn't care about the smart features, so this will be perfectly fine. And another cool thing, she even included 2 sets of the composite video and audio cables. Probably won't be used for this. I'm thinking I'll probably include a HDMI cable when she buys this, so that'll be another bonus. So that's about $3 worth of cable. So really, when we look at it, I only paid $2 for this. We're going to hold off on that for a minute. Next, I actually picked this up Friday. You guys who have been with my channel for a very long time probably remember that I owned one of these back a few years ago. This is a Sony HDR CX240. And this is not new, but they did have the box for it. The one issue was the guy did not have the charging cable. But what was really cool, he did include this brand new 64 gigabyte SanDisk UHS-1 card. So I will tell you that I gave $10 for this entire box with the card. And this card alone is worth $20. Came with the original manual and everything there. This is the camcorder itself. It's this actually very pretty purplish color. For whatever reason, my cell phone makes it look like it's blue, but I can assure you in person it is purple. And it does function if I don't drop the box. That's okay. The only thing in here is the actual charging expansion cable, which he did not include, but I actually had my original... Sorry, tubers, for whatever reason we crashed, but we are back live. So, getting back to what I was talking about, I had my original cable from my first camcorder, so I was able to go ahead and put this with it. It functions just fine. If I can get this open one-handed here. Yeah, there we go. The battery was dead when I actually saw it at the garage sale, so I had to take their word for it that it works, but it absolutely does work. You can see that I'm filming something at the moment. Battery seems to hold a good charge, so this is going to be an awesome camcorder to use for filming videos. I don't necessarily want to use my cell phone, especially if I'm on vacation. I don't want to run my cell phone battery down. It's really interesting how this charges. What you actually do right here is a little USB cable you pull out of the handle, and what you do is you stick this in the little expansion port, or what would you call it, the little female port there, and then the other cable will plug right into any USB charging brick, or you can just plug it into the computer and charge it. So very nice camcorder. Again, those of you that have been with my channel for any length of time will remember that I had one for many years that I used to film a lot of my vlogs with. All right, next, at the same garage sale I picked up that Blu-ray player. I actually picked up this Sony boombox, and we'll call it a boombox because that's pretty much what it is. It is officially a CD radio cassette quarter, model CFD-SO5. I love the way they call it cassette quarter instead of recorder. AM/FM radio, got a tape deck and a CD player in there. Not going to demonstrate it for obvious reasons. I don't want to get a copyright strike, but it does work. Gave $2 for this, and the one thing I really do like about it, it runs on 6C batteries, and that's what I actually have in there right now. You can see that it powers on and all the functions work well. If you see these at garage sales and they're in decent shape like this, definitely pick them up, because on the Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, OfferUp, all those places, you can easily get $20 to $30 for these. So that is a really, really good profit margin on something that really does not take up a lot of space. Now, in my case, this one was missing the power cable. This is just one of your standard two-prong power cables. I have these pretty much everywhere sitting in my room, and you guys that work with electronics probably also have a lot of them lying around. So again, really good deal for $2. Go back here. Next, I picked up another Wii. Yep, that's right, tubers. It seems like every week I go out, I see at least 2 or 3 sales that have Nintendo Wiis. And I've been very selective because you can resell these, but a lot of people want to see the original box. And if you have a Wii in the original box, you can get a premium for it. This did not come with any games that I'm aware of. I haven't really looked inside, but I got the Wii system with presumably everything in there. Again, I'd have to take it out to verify that. And also the Wii Fit board here, both of these things for $10. And that is a phenomenal deal, because warranting that everything in here is that's supposed to be in there is in here, and that it does function. I could probably get, with a couple of games added, which I do have upstairs, since it's in the original box with the Wii Fit, anywhere between $100 to $120 for this. And a lot of you guys might say, Matt, that seems crazy for a Nintendo Wii for an old system. Well, believe it or not, these are making a comeback. If you look on your local Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, OfferUp, all of those places, people want these back because it is becoming a nostalgic thing. These came out, what, about 10, maybe 15 years ago, and people want these back again, so they are willing to pay a premium for them for ones that actually work. So let's go ahead and try to open this up. It's not going to be very easy. Let me move a few things over here. Go ahead and just kind of give myself a little room to work. We'll go ahead and start with Wii Fit, because I know that that's in there. I've actually opened this up before. There's not really much to see in here. You can see the board is in there. It looks like somebody took the feet off for some reason. I don't know why, but everything appears to be in there. So that is in there. I'm sure it's been used, but it looks like it's been lightly used. So we'll go ahead and put that to the side. If I can get it down. There we go. And let's go have a look at this Nintendo Wii. Now, again, I have not opened this up myself yet. This is going to be the first time that you guys get to see this. So let's go ahead and pull this out. Woo! Again, very hard to do one-handed. So let's see what we have in here. We have the power brick. So we do have the power brick there. We have the AV cable. This is just your standard AV cable, not the HD one like I got with that system last week. Nothing in there. Got the Wii owner's manual and a few other documents. And these are really nice to find because, once again, when you go to resell these, people like to see that you have not only the original box, but all the operating manuals, because believe it or not, some people really have never used these before, and they really would like to be able to refer back to this for setup instructions and things like that. So nice touch that the original owner kept this. All right, so I'm hoping that everything else is in here. If not, then maybe I didn't get such a great deal. So let's see what we got in here. Well, right off the bat, I see the system itself appears to be in decent condition. There's the stand. And I do see a nunchuck, but I'm not seeing any other remotes or anything, unless the remote is in this box. And it is not. Is there anything else that I'm missing in here? All right, tubers. So, this is what I'm talking about. When you are out at garage sales, you more than likely, when you see a system in the box, you want to go ahead and check out to make sure everything is in there. So what we are missing in this system is we're missing one nunchuck and two remotes. And I could tell you this box is totally empty. So is this still a good deal? Yes, I would say it is, because even with all the stuff I have here, I can easily pick up another remote. As a matter of fact, I think I have an extra remote lying around. Even pairing this with one remote and one nunchuck, I still can probably get $60 to $80 for this. So not as good of a deal as it could have been. I probably should have done my due diligence and pulled everything out of the box. But when he said $10, I really couldn't complain. That is very cheap to find one of these with the box. And I think what I'm probably going to do is go ahead and take one of the other Wii systems that I got recently that without the box, probably take the remotes and the nunchucks from that one and put them in with this. That way I can have an entire bundle with the box, two remotes, two controllers, and can get a premium for it. And you know something that just occurred to me? And yes, I know I'm kind of making a mess here. I'm going to go ahead and clean this up as best I can. It occurred to me that possibly the remotes might be in with the Wii Fit. What do you guys think? What do you guys want to bet that they might have put one of the remotes in with the Wii Fit? Let's go ahead and take a look at that. Let's just go ahead and pull this out real quick. See if I can do this one-handed or not. There we go. Okay, so that is the Wii Fit board, which I can already tell there are batteries in there, so I'm going to need to go ahead and take those out. And let's see if there's anything in here. Nope. There is no controllers in there. So, once again, not as good of a deal as it could have been, but I am still very happy with that. And my cat is going in the box. You gonna go in that Wii box, Milo? Yeah? Let him have some fun. Of course, this isn't only fun for you and me, it has to be fun for our feline friends as well. Don't break that box, Milo. Moving on. Next thing I picked up, a pair of these Logitech desktop speakers. I want to say I gave $2 for these, but don't quote me on that. Eric, that's funny. As long as he did Wii, W-I-I in the box. I love that. I've had a few pairs of these in the past. They're Logitech R10 speakers. Nothing special, super special, though. They do have a decent sound. They're not USB speakers. You do have to plug them into the wall, and then you just have the one audio jack coming right from the speakers to the audio out on your computer. Decent speakers. Again, for $2, I would pay that all day long. A lot of times in the thrift stores, they ask between $7 to $8 a piece for these. So definitely getting a good deal on that. Again, we're saving this for just a few more minutes. You guys got to hold on a couple more minutes. All right, for 75 cents, I picked up a Scotch brand Type 1 tape, 90 minutes. Scotch was, because they haven't made audio cassettes in many years, was a pretty good manufacturer of audio cassettes. Scotch was put out by 3M, and pretty reliable. I mean, I've used these quite a bit in the past. Again, they're Type 1 tapes, so they're just ferric oxide. They're not chromium tapes or anything like that, but they definitely get the job done. And as I've said in the past, I really do like the quality of the older tapes. This probably dates from the early 90s. I don't see an actual date on here, but yeah, I would have to guess early 90s. So definitely going to use that in the future. Along with that, I picked up a Maxell audio head cleaning tape for 75 cents. This is the dry type. This is model A403. These I like because there are certain cassette decks that have sensitive heads that you don't want to use the wet type on. More specifically, the higher end decks. So the dry audio head cleaner is really your only option. And yeah, for 75 cents, definitely can't beat that price. And because she didn't have change and I wanted to spend 50 more cents, I got Simply Red, A New Flame. A few good songs on here. Number one probably being She, If You Don't Know Me By Now, is probably their most famous song. And I'm going to go ahead and start speeding this up because I realize I'm getting a little long-winded, and I do apologize. I tend to get that way sometimes, but you guys really enjoy it, so why not, right? I just love that comment from Eric. That's classic. Okay, I think I've kept you guys in suspense long enough. By far and away, the best score of the day was this GoPro. Let me go ahead and try to do this again one-handed. Oh, it's so satisfying, and I can't believe that it came with the case as well. All right, here we go, everybody. This is the GoPro Hero 3. If I can pull it out. Not the Plus. I've never actually seen this particular model before. I don't know if they consider it the white. No, it's not really white. It's definitely silver. It's just a regular GoPro Hero 3. Came with the regular case. This is the one that you would use like if you were taking it bike riding or rock climbing, something really, really possibly detrimental to it. Came with the back with the neoprene. This is the waterproof case, so if you wanted to go under the water, you would actually use this. You can see it actually has a flex on there, which allows you to use the touchscreen features. And then it came with another sealed case. This is actually the screen for it because the GoPro Hero 3 did not actually natively come with an LCD screen. So this actually allows you to attach the screen to the back of it so you can actually see what you're filming. And came with a few of these stick-on mounts here. I do have the Hero 5, so I have all the goodies for this anyway, and they're universal pretty much throughout all the GoPro series. So this didn't come with a lot of the accessories, but again, I'm not worried about that because I have a lot of that stuff. It did come with the charging cable right there. And it came with a few more of these little mounts here. I'll have to go through it later to see exactly what they are. And it came with this box, which honestly I haven't even opened this yet. Let's see what's going on in here. Another housing. Again, I don't know a lot of what these are called. I never really use the GoPros that much, but I'm sure a lot of you guys out there probably know. This appears to be one maybe for a tripod. Yeah, this is definitely a tripod mount right there. And just to prove to you that it does work, it came with a 32 gigabyte micro SD card. So right off the bat, that's worth about the $10. This is worth about half of what I paid for it. And let's see if it turns on. I did, yep. I charged the battery earlier, and the battery does seem to be holding a good charge. See, right now it's on the 1080p 30 frames per second, which I believe is the best this can do. I'll have to look it up online later, but I don't believe this has a capability of filming at 60 frames per second. But again, for $20, I'm definitely not complaining. It's clean. It's good to go. And as soon as I can, I'll go ahead and get some test footage of this for you guys. All right, moving over to the items that I found mostly on Friday, which would have been yesterday. We'll start over here. This right here is an Onkyo stereo receiver. The guy originally wanted $15 for this. I bargained him down to 10, and I'll tell you guys how I did that in just a moment. Came with the original remote. Again, to be honest with you, these remotes are almost worth as much as the receivers themselves. So if you're out at a garage sale and you see a receiver like this with the original remote, they want $10 or $15 for it, and you can't test it. It's still worth buying because, believe it or not, these Onkyo remotes fetch anywhere between $15 to $30 on eBay. So it's an awesome score, and a lot of people don't realize that these are coming back in vogue. A lot of people are ditching the all-in-one integrated systems for the component systems because they realize that, hey, one of the components breaks, you just have to replace the component. You don't have to replace your entire system. This is model number TXSR304. This is definitely one of the older ones. It's a 5.1 channel, 65 watts per channel. Got a high current amplifier, whatever that means. Does decode Dolby Digital and Pro Logic 2. And there's some other stats there for you. It looks like Dad's trying to watch some TV. How rude. Definitely have some good inputs here. You got DVD, Video 1, Video 2, and Video 3. Very typical of a Onkyo brand receiver. Tape, tuner, and CD. Coming to the back here. Now, one thing you guys want to look for when you're out sourcing these receivers, you want to go ahead and make sure they have at least one or two optical inputs, because a lot of people now are opting to go with the optical digital inputs versus your standard RCA input. So keep an eye out for that. The other receivers are still worth something to most people. But again, if you find ones that have the optical inputs, you'll definitely be able to get a premium for them. Moving over, same garage sale that I got this at. I picked up these two towers. I got these both for, I think it was $30. This one is an HP Pavilion Slimline. I actually finished working on this. I did have to replace the hard drive. Originally, this had a 750 gigabyte Seagate hard drive, which was failing. I know, right? No surprise there. But I replaced that with a 640 gigabyte Hitachi drive. Everything else is stock. I did go ahead and replace the thermal paste on the CPU because this being a slimline, these tend to run hot and the thermal paste degrades a lot quicker than it would on, say, a standard mini tower. 6 gigs of RAM, DVD burner, wireless card. Great deal for these two. Now, one thing I will tell you, most garage sales that I go to, they will not have computer towers out on their own. I actually had to ask for these. When I saw the gentleman had a lot of stereo equipment, I asked him, I said, hey, do you have any computer towers that you're looking to sell? And he said, oh, as a matter of fact, I do. So he took me up to the room that he had them in, and he showed me a whole bunch, and I picked out the best two that he had. The second one here is a Dell Vostro Core i3. I have not worked on this one yet, so I don't actually know what specs are in this other than it's a Core i3. I'm guessing probably a second or a third generation. If you want to, you guys can go ahead and look up the express service code, and you guys will probably find out before me. Manufactured, what is that, August 18th of 2011. Go ahead and bring you to the back of this one real quick, because I'm not sure of the model. It's a Dell Vostro 260, if my phone will focus. There you go. Got quite a few USB ports, not USB 3.0, but again, I'm not surprised being a 2011. Gigabit Ethernet, I'm assuming. Actually, I know it is because the Vostro series, I think, since the beginning had Gigabit Ethernet. HDMI, VGA, and then your audio port. So probably some form of Intel HD graphics. But yeah, I mean, great deals on these. You can find computer towers if you want them, but you do need to ask for them. So when you go to garage sales, make sure you say, hey, if I'm looking for computer towers, monitors, things like that, do you have anything that maybe you haven't put out yet? And sure enough, when you ask it, a lot of times they will have stuff that has been sitting in the back. All right, tubers, we're in the home stretch. Just two more items here. I'm going to go ahead and see if I can answer a few questions real quick. Mark Covington asks, hey Matt, can just about any boombox be bought at any thrift store or flea market for a small price and resold on Craigslist for a bigger price? Most of them can. You need to stay away from the cheaper brands like Magnavox, Lennox Sound. You want to stick with a name brand like Sony. Let's see, Iowa, which was the old Radio Shack brand, is another really good option. Okay, since we don't seem to have any more questions or comments, I'm going to show you guys the last two things that I picked up, and they are these right here. These are fold-out chairs. This one is a HD XL heavy-duty, extra-large fold-out chair, so I have to assume that it probably will hold a good amount of weight. And judging by how heavy this thing is, I would say that is a fair assumption. Now, I'm probably not going to be able to open these. Well, let me see. My cats are talking in the background. Let's go ahead and open this one real quick, and I'll show you guys what it looks like. I did find another one of these. You want to help me out with this real quick? Oh, Dad's coming. You guys haven't seen Dad in a while. We're going to start with this one. We're going to start with the red one. I already partially opened it.
I try and get the mute on and turn the TV and I couldn't.
Oh, okay. No, that's all right. So we're going to start with this one. This is, I got these for $3 a piece at garage sale. Again, I don't know the condition because it was one of those things where I had to leave quickly. I was late for an appointment, so I didn't have a chance to actually take them out. All right, Dad, open it up. Let's see what it looks like. Okay.
It's a heavy duty one.
How does it look?
Extra wide.
Looks like they were at the beach sometime recently.
Yeah, okay.
But it looks like it's pretty sturdy. Let's see if it's got a weight limit or anything.
Probably a 300 pound.
That's what I'm guessing. I don't see any, probably 250 or 300. I don't see any listing on there. You want to give it a try? You want to sit in it? What does it say? Does it have a weight? It doesn't say. Maybe on this outside one, what does that say? Not to exceed 275 pounds. So
good.
You're good. Give it a try. Sit in it. Tell me how comfortable it is. We're gonna let Dad have a seat. He's been working hard today.
Comfortable.
Comfortable?
And strong. Yeah.
Good. Feel nice and sturdy. Now, here's the big question. How easy is it for you to get up out of? Let's see.
These are always a little hard to get up out of.
See, that's why we like the taller ones. But what's nice is I can tell already that this arm is pretty sturdy, so he can put a bunch of weight on that if you have to. Awesome. All right. Well, I appreciate that. I'm not going to take that one out because that's actually a recliner. I don't think we're going to have enough room to set that up. Thank you. Thanks, Dad.
Welcome by everybody.
All right. Well, you guys can thank Dad for that. He helped us out there, or helped me out, I should say. And last but not least, we're almost done. We're in the home stretch. I picked up this other fold-out chair. This one is a Fun in the Sun brand reclining chair. You see I paid $3 for that. Let me see if I can get that price tag off. It's going to fight me. It's going to fight me. I'm not going to be able to get it because I just trimmed my nails. But basically what it is, same kind of chair as the red one, but it actually has a little footrest there. So if you're feeling especially lazy at the beach or at a cruise-in, you can go ahead and put your feet up and maybe take a little nap there. Let's see if we have any weight limits or anything on this one. I don't see it. Probably says inside. Oh, wait a minute. There we go. 225 pounds on this one. So I am good on this, but Dad'll have to use the Dad'll have to use the red chair. All right, tubers, that is it for the community garage sale haul today. I'm going to go ahead and turn this around. Go ahead and see if I can answer some questions that you guys had. So Dad can go ahead and watch some TV. We'll go ahead and head out to the lanai, or in this case, the back patio. I hope you guys are enjoying these. I'm not always going to do these live, but for time reasons, I wanted to go ahead and do it this way today. Let's see what we got here. Chris Bartlett said thanks to Mr. Roy. I already conveyed that to him. Stephen Barber. Okay, the Vostro is a 3rd gen. It has an Intel GPU 4000. I can tell I'm very familiar with the gen of systems. Well, thank you, Stephen. I really appreciate that. I am fairly familiar with the Vostros myself, but I haven't worked with that particular one in a while, so I couldn't remember exactly what that would have had in it. My goodness, we got rabbits running around like crazy, and of course, my neighbor's dog barking, but that's okay. They love being outside. Let's see if we have any more comments. Audio is a bit fuzzy there. Okay, let me get closer to the house. All right, tubers, I am going to end this today. I hope you guys really enjoyed this live stream. If you want to see more like this, please leave a kind message in the comments. Please continue to like and subscribe.